What's going on, everybody? It's Boyz here again for another Dragon Ball Legends related video. So, just recently, the Ultra Space Time Rush Champions event dropped on Legends, and if you guys haven't already completed at this point, I'm just going to be showing you some tips and tricks to make this a lot easier of a mode. So the thing about this mode is it doesn't have 1, not 5, not 10. No, it has 30 different stages that you have to get through. Each stage raises its leveled units and its difficulty overall. So it can be pretty challenging. So I'm just going to be showing you guys how to make this a lot easier. So starting off, the first thing I can tell you is level up your units. You're going to need a ton of units for this event. And when I'm talking units, of course you want to level up your sparking units, but you want to level up your extreme units, and you're definitely going to want to level up hero units, which I will get into later. Basically what I'm saying is level up as many units as you pretty much can. And it's going to be time consuming. I completely understand that. It's going to be time consuming. It takes a lot of time to get all these characters boosted up. But it definitely is worth it because you also have to keep in mind that as you're leveling up units, you're also completing those challenges for soul boost panels, and you're getting 10 CC for every 100 units, every 100 boost panels, and you're also getting those extra rewards for leveling up your characters. So as for the second tip is always check what the boost tag is. You can do this in two ways. You can either check right here by clicking on the little details button, or you can go to the stage and in the bottom right click details, and then the boost tag will be right there as well. So it's extremely important that you're always checking what the boost tag is for the certain stage, because that's going to make this event 10 times easier, guaranteed. Because boost units are always doing extra damage than any normal unit would. This goes back into the point about leveling up your hero units as well, because hero units will always do 500 extra damage, whereas extreme units might do 200 damage, and then general tags like powerful opponent and hybrid stance will do 100% extra damage. That's why it's extremely important that you always want to make sure you're checking what tags you're using. You're always going to make sure that you choose the correct characters, and overall that's going to make this a lot easier. So as for tip number 3 is actually going to be a little trick that I picked up on a little ago, is actually restarting the game. So you might be wondering, why would you ever do that? So the thing about this event, as you may know, is you only pretty much get one chance per character, right? So the moment your character dies, it's pretty much over. So by restarting the game, you're essentially giving yourself a second chance with the same units. So how this one works is right before your character dies, you just want to completely close out the game and then just reopen it. And that's pretty much going to restart that level for you. It's going to save the last character that you killed, of course, but it also is going to save your last character that died. That's why you want to make sure you restart the game right before your character dies. And as I said, that's pretty much just going to give you a second chance at the stage. It's going to restart the stage for you, so you can try again using the same units that you just had, rather than you having to just pretty much give up at that point and then try again with different units. You'll pretty much have a second chance at life with the same units that you had before. So as for my fourth tip is always throw out your Rising Rush. Just the moment you get your Rising Rush, just throw it out. So I see a lot of people hold on to their rush for some reason in this event. I somewhat understand, like if you're trying to take out a specific character, but just always remember that it's your Rising Rush. You know, you'll always get another one right after. So don't be afraid to just use it the moment you get it, because the faster that you use your Rising Rush is the faster that you're taking down health on your opponents. And always remember that the main goal is to do as much damage as quickly as you possibly can before you pretty much die. As for tip number 5, which is something that I really should have said earlier on, is pick your units smartly. So it's okay if you die in this mode, you know, you're gonna have leftover units and you can still go back and use those units, use the units that you have left over later. But just try to play smartly, you know? So for one thing, if you die, for example, like in this situation, this PyCon is literally at like 1 HP. I'm not going to take in a level 5000 unit to take care of this guy when I know that Pycon is one shot. I'm going to take in my level 100 number right here, and I'm literally going to do one attack because I know Pycon will die here. Don't use your high level unit to take down your opponent when you know that they're close to death. Also, try and use your weaker characters earlier on. You definitely want to save your like newer units for later stages, because obviously the newer units are going to be stronger and you want to save those for the harder bosses. For earlier stages, you want to use 1 to 2 characters max at a time, probably from stages like 1 to 15, and then you're going to want to try to use older units so you're not running through your higher tier units, I should say. And finally, as for the last tip that I have to offer, is simply play well. You know, you can do every single thing that I said to do correctly in this video, and you'll still lose if you're just not good enough, for a lack of better terms. The thing is, this event is fairly challenging, I have to say, and I've been playing this game since day one. But if you're not sidestepping, you're not charge stepping, you're not saving your key, you're not dodging the enemy's attacks, you're going to die. These units will kill you the moment they get, because they're insanely strong, they're insanely overpowered. So that's really all I have to say. If you're just not good enough, then you're not going to have fun with this event, because it's extremely hard, especially in the later stages. Around these stages, like around the last 5 levels, are where that restart trick that I showed earlier will really come in handy, because I had to restart like around 5 to 10 times, I'm not gonna lie, especially on this last stage. This stage is fairly challenging. It's gonna take you a couple tries, especially with that restart trick that I showed earlier, and if you're not doing that, then you're going to burn through units. And that's especially why I was mentioning that you want to make sure you're saving your best units for the end. You don't want to go through all your good units at the beginning of the event, because then you won't have any good units to take on this right here. So that's really all I have to say for today. So with all of that said and done, that's everything that I have to offer. That's the best advice that I can give you guys, and otherwise I just wish you all good luck on this event. Like I said, it's fairly challenging, so it's going to take you a little bit to get through, but I'm hoping that this video will at least help you guys out in getting through it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, and remember to stay in school. I'll see you all next time.